It's your favorite time again. You and me will be doom scrolling Twitteroonies. We are following the FOMC. The last FOMC of the year has now concluded. Major loser Powell repeatedly says that he's a major loser. Also did stealth money printing of $40 billion for a Fugazi bogus April 2026 tax day hole, which, fans, have been watching my show, I've been telling you it is a movie script. It'll only make sense in the future. I don't have the movie script. I'm just telling you there is a script. Okay? We're going to start off with, yeah, okay. Guys, is this person okay? You'd think he wasn't the founder of the network he's talking about. He says, and actually, we are getting, for the first time ever in the history of Cardano, decent DEX volume.
And actually, we're getting, for the first time ever in the history of Cardano, decent DEX volume.
And let's keep it respectful. I'm going to get the nipple pegs out, okay? I'm just going to tell you what's going on. So, because altcoins are poop right now, low prices, because Cardanzo has had red monthly candles, any slight doubt from the founder, from the foundations, from anywhere, it makes people run wild with negativity. Okay? So this is Cardanzo and their price chart. If you want to look at ADUSD, you got to look at the full price chart. I'll just show you, right? Cardanzo, friends, okay, from up here, it's still down 85% from its 2021 high. Okay? So it's still down here. From December, it's down 66%. Okay? So what you just seen is someone said, oh no, the founder kind of admitted something. This is the same as with PulseChain, remember friends, some of you guys got schizo, which I didn't give a shit about, that Richard admitted we have heavy market cap pressure, right? Which is, it's very obvious, duh. But it's not about the supply side, dude. That's what I'm telling you, dude. It doesn't, there's always sellers. Life goes on. The calendar ticks. The world spins. Or does it? Because it's kind of like, is it flat? Okay. Hey, if you're anti-round earth, how do you explain the calendar? Can someone explain to me in the telegrams? Does the earth spin? What happens? Is there a circular thing? I don't know how it works, okay? It's a piece of paper. Is it a piece of paper? It's floating in the wind, the earth. People are always selling. There's inflation. That's it. In everything. And even if there's no inflation, people just have life expenses. Okay? Things out there are getting expensive. So, it's not about that. It's about the demand side. Like for Solana, one of the VCs literally cashed out something like $180 million. Something redonkulous, remember? It was like an enormous amount. They were doing like $24 million clips. You remember in 2024, I was covering it. A lot of VCs and stuff out here. Yeah, but the price is still distributed. Okay? So it's not about the supply side stuff. Here is Crypto Coffee. Here we have Alex MagicBeard. So Alex MagicBeard, remember, is a founder of ICSA. He is, remember, it's a derivative of Hex. Remember, Hex is down 99%, actually lower. So all the derivatives of that are poopers for now. Hopefully when Hex recovers, you get a resurgence of that. Hex needs the business cycle to recover, just like everything else. It's treated as an altcoin by the industry. Alex MagicBeard. The committee judges that reserve balances have declined to ample levels and will initiate purchases of shorter-term treasuries securities as needed to maintain an ample supply of reserves on an ongoing basis. So Alex MagicBeard has shown the Federal Reserve stuff where they have repeated what Major Loser Powell said in his conference. And he said, yeah, we're doing ongoing purchases of securities. That's money printing, friend. That's literally the QE stuff out here. Okay, so that's Crypto Coffee saying, translation, we're going to inject cash. I'm betting assets like PulseX and Hex will benefit. So, you know, we're all waiting for the business cycle to go up and turn around. Okay, what is a sign of very low intelligence? Selling Hex at the bottom. This is Dr. Hexologist out here. Oh, yeah, it's been a very, very long journey, friends. You got to stand by stuff. You just look, Hex was cheap at 10 cents. It was cheap at 13 cents. It was cheap at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's actually 1/3 of a cent now. It's still cheap. I don't give a shit. ETH-BTC was cheap at 0.08. And then 7. And then 6. And then 5, 4, 3, 2. And then actually hit 0.016. It got cheaper. People get upset when the volatility crushes you. I know, man. I know, Vans, it's tough. But because something goes down when you thought it was cheap, doesn't mean you're wrong. Okay? Unless you're a short-term trader. Then which, yeah. Guess what? You're going to be in the bottom 99% on that one most of the time. But the people who make it, they have conviction long-term. It's always a long-term. And it always takes longer than you expect. Abnormality. Got the next exploration piece by Dakeldra and Art Blocks. I will be able to collect all of them. Oh my gosh. What is this? Is this some sort of expensive art? Oh my, what is this, bro? What is it? It looks like some 1989 MS-DOS game. You know, one of those sci-fi. Fans, I know. Works of art, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, oh gosh, you know, if I could take a topless pic, share my nipples out, and get 40 grand a pop, I would. All right, man, these are ugly. Art Blocks fell off, but it's community. You can't, you know, just like fans, we have altcoins and finance numbers. People look at us and they judge. Well, you can't judge the art community if they like that stuff. I think this is Sophie Ran. She's the only fan girl that made 98 million. And left is, I'm just guessing another girl, maybe an OnlyFanser. Heart. People paid $83 million for this. Seriously. So he's just trolling, like in terms of like, he's showing the tiniest bit, I guess, of an angle of her thigh to show, ha ha ha, an unperfect human specimen. You paid $83 million for that. I think that's the whole thing about it. It's meant to enrage and engagement bait. Charlie Munger, rest in peace. Even though you wanted crypto to go to zero and call the rat poison with Warren Buffett, I will still respect the legacy. I will still learn. You know, it's just like grandpa friends. You know, like, by the way, like, if you can't judge your grandpas, you know, when I'm friends, there's going to be some weird stuff in the future. You know, your kids are going to grow up. They're only going to live in a world where there's sex robots everywhere. They massage you. They oil you up, make you sandwiches, babysit, dog sit, right? They do a lot of stuff. We don't have that right now. Friends, you know, the first robots that come around, I mean, you know, we're going to be making them our slaves straight away. You just be elbowing them, power dropping them, abusing them. But when they get way more intelligent in the future, kids will be just born in a world where robots always existed and they have rights. Yeah, because, you know, it's a reflection of humanity. It's going to get there. You know, we're laughing now, but that's what happens. They end up getting rights. Yeah, because they're intelligent, they have consciousness and stuff. So that'll be the future. That's why when grandpa's looking at digital Ponzi coins, we can't judge, right? Because we all ossify too. So Charlie Munger, politicians are never so bad that you don't live to want them back. You laugh, you young people, but you're going to live to wish that Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump were immortal.
I have a rule for...
I don't know the context of this. Very strange comment. Remember as well, friends, Charlie Munger, he owned Wells Fargo. Or as I call it, Wells Cryfago. And they did a lot of dodgy stuff where, like, there were deceased people and they were, like, stealing from their families' accounts. And they just did a lot of stuff. But there's typical bank stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, hopefully crypto wins. That was a fun 7-minute bull run. See you all again in 3 weeks. Well done. Thank you very much, friends. It's been fantastic to see us absolutely go nowhere. But yeah, it's not about that, man. But like, here's the thing. You don't, I know, like, you want the dopamine acceleration with me, but you don't want it. That's the beginning of the end. You don't want that. You want the skitsy, up and down, climbing the wall of worry. Oh no, it's still, what's happening? That's what you want, okay? You do not want the, oh my gosh, we are leaving the earth. You do not want that. I think we've got some UFO stuff out here. Morning, folks. I'll be releasing a new Medium article today inspired by Jim Semivan quote. I've had people who I know are in the know about UFOs, I guess, and I've mentioned this before, and one of them told me the truth is indigestible. We've heard that actually common. Friends, just to let you know, there's an insider on Polymarket. I reported for you. I got to report it for you now. There's an insider on Polymarket. They have bought up to 99% odds that Donald Trump is going to release classified UFO files by the end of the year. So obviously it's an insider at the government who knows that, and they're going to profit of it. So yeah, I've been talking to you. Yeah, the government's going to say to you, hey, let's release some UFO files. They are real. And it's part of a very slow process, you know, and then naturally always people ask, why don't they just tell us everything? And then that's how you go further and further and you realize, you know who you think they are? It's not all human, man. It's non-human intelligence controlling the government, which means they're controlling us, right? And they just don't come down and spook you because I guess our brains couldn't like understand what's going on. There's all these other dimensions and waves that you and I can't see, kind of like, you know, microwave and then infrared and gamma rays and stuff out here. So I guess these multiple dimensions and spirits and just, I'm just sure there's like this multiplex, multi-universe of just wildly wacky, weird stuff that people can only sometimes see on the DMT trip or something to do with the elves that everyone always talks about on Joe Rogan. That I guess as time goes on, our brains will get slowly bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and we like absorb more out here, you and I, but you and I will be dead by that point, and then we'll come back. Hopefully, I'll come back as a butterfly, and maybe in about 300 years, our altcoins have gone up more than a 2x, but I won't hold my breath. But yeah, it is good to see that the UFO in the dark. It is something to think about. It is very true, friends. Very true, very common. A lot of whistleblowers, US government, but you don't take it with a grain of salt. They do say the truth is indigestible. As in, if you learn the truth about humanity, it's so shocking, you won't be able to contemplate it. And I say, bring it. Dude, I've been through 37 months of an altcoin bear market. You think I give a crap about what you may or may not tell me about alien overlords here? I'm ready. We're all ready. That's why there's really reveals the split of how people think about it. There's people who think, like, I guess I'm clear pill approach, where I'm like, well, you can't change anything. So, like, welcome to the penitentiary. Just accept it, move on, and just deal with it like everything else in life, okay? That's my clear pill approach. It is what it is. There are people who go very, very dark, where they have that theory, you know, like Earth's like a prison system, and the reptilians are all controlling us all the time, you know, but no. But then, like, there's, you know, David Icke stuff, right? It's always like, dark, doom, doom. And then, friends, like, if it's a video game, you know, don't video game developers kind of, like, put bosses along the way and levels that, like, look really hard, and then, like, you conquer the boss, kind of like Dark Souls, and then, like, you kill the boss, and you, like, advance. Well, maybe this is just part of our movie script, right? You know, you can tell everybody's still stuck in the Matrix system. Dude, what's on TV tonight? That's that's what most of us are thinking. Matthew Highland, not Matthew Lowland, my friend. There is no bull path for Bitcoin dominance. Whoa. So this is a big statement, and I agree. So you have Bitcoin dominance, friends, is still ticky down, especially as Major Loser Powell says, hey, we've actually resumed purchasing of digital securities and stuff out here. And you also have, so friends, Bitcoin dominance, remember, that as Bitcoin loses its dominance, altcoins are rising. But we're in a complacency mode now. And then we have Elio trades showing ETH-BTC. I think it's very obvious now. Dude, Elio, Alex Becker, I know you guys got me literally 24/7 on the playlist. Okay? I know you do. Okay? This is like occasion number 13. You know? Let me tell you my life. Okay? I make content and then, like, just start the clock. Within 48 hours, I literally say to myself, let me guess. I'm going to hear about this in another chart form from another person in exactly 48 hours from now. And it does. It just keeps happening. But I don't blame you. Who else are you going to watch? Because I'm watching everyone. Friends, I'm just refreshing the YouTube timeline. It really is a bear market out there. This is ETH-BTC ratio. Do you still... oh my gosh, friends, it's even written, do you still believe in the text here? Wow. Yeah. It is funny. I'm telling you, guys, I know you're all watching. I'm just telling you now. It's not a maybe, but when the Richard Hart Ponzi coins start flying, don't say we didn't tell you. Okay, you'll find that, friend. You'll see. They're all watching, like they're ready to jump. They're like really ready to jump. It's just like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Kevin Svensson, major loser Powell spotted ahead of FOMC meeting. Oh my gosh, man, this AI is insane, man. Friends, do you remember like in the beginning of 2023 when we had AI, everybody had like 6 fingers? That's so funny. There were people who are like, oh, AI is so stupid. I can always tell by 6 fingers. And I'm thinking, dude, do you understand? You didn't even know what AI was 24 months ago. And now you're worried about 6 fingers. What do you think's going to happen in 24 months from now? And then you're making amazing stuff like this. Ah, that's crazy, man. So we won't even be able to tell reality like right now. Breaking news. New radar scans reveal a massive engineered substructure that looks like an energy grid below the pyramids in Egypt. I watched all 3 hours of this interview. It's really good. Really good. And yeah, friends, so the structure of the pyramids, they have like, I think 8 stilts, and they literally go down like kilometers down. Long distance down. And they connect to something. So obviously we're probably going to... it's just weird how friends, you just see all this. There's rumors and whispers, and then eventually we make a discovery. And then like we go find out that there's more truths and stuff. It really is some sort of movie script out here. That's why sometimes when we go outside the script or we like learn a bit too much, it always gets rewinded back. I know it's a bit wild to see, but you know, newspapers get deleted. Yeah, they basically they delete the information out. That's why a lot of normies, they can't contemplate, they don't know. They think they are the creator and controller of the whole domain, and you're not. When something as a glitch in the matrix appears, okay, they find a way to make it disappear. They delete it from the info, from the newspapers. Yeah. But do you know, this is just, I'm just going to blame them. It's true. Right? You know, there are newspaper articles from early 1900s where it literally says, people have discovered a giant underground city in New York City. And there's all this evidence of caves, underground tunnel systems that stretch around America. And it's not like a joke. Not a joke. Literally, they had the name of people. They had literally the names, the locations, and everything. Yeah. And it just gets rewinded back. So there's a lot of this stuff that goes on. But that's why, like, you know, when you learn about the first one, you go, oh! But then you see, wait a minute. There's like a lot of these. A lot. And so if it's just not time to be revealed, you can't get anywhere close to it. James Lavish. Here we go again. The Fed just announced that it will buy 40 billion of treasury bills in the next 30 days. If you're wondering where this puts us in the printing cycle, it's right here. So friends, this is literally, remember I told you we have deja vu from when they did this in 2019? That's the circle. That's the US Fed balance sheet. So I think what we'll do now, keeping it family friendly, is I'll now show you OTHERS-btc. Look, friends, I don't want to jinx it, okay? As a grown man who's pegged his own nipples, I don't want to jinx anything, but here we have, this is OTHERS-btc, and this white dotted line is the Fed balance sheet, and they have literally said this balance sheet that is at 6.52 trillion, it is now going to start ticking up. And that's what happened at the exact bottom when QT ended in 2019. Right there. Looks like disbelief to me. Like, subscribe, belly button, and all. Catch you in the next one.